Hey, let's talk about the Production Manager 30 V2 from ThinkTank. It is this guy right here. So it's a big boy, okay? So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave it off to the side and I'll show you some B-roll. Let's first start with the exterior. The exterior is extremely sturdy, and basically the bag is reinforced with armored plating and ballistic nylon, providing great protection and long-lasting durability for all your gear. And yes, your gear will be well protected in this case. They also included bottom rails. These will make loading and unloading smoother and more efficient, which is perfect for heavy and delicate equipment. The shock-absorbing wheels will ensure this will roll in an effortless and smooth way, and it will absorb basically all the shocks, which is great when you want to transport your gear quietly, but also securely. There is a pull-out handle. So now this pull-out handle, I have it right here. It's great because you can just, you see, pull it out and you can just roll your case behind you. Now, why didn't they implement this on the 40 and the 50? Simply because of the size, because the 40 goes higher up to here roughly, and the 50 goes up to here. So if on top of it, you put some pull-out handle, it would not work in terms of design. So that's, by the way, one of the reasons why I went with the 30 versus 40 or 50. There is a way to secure your bag, and basically what they do is they provide you with a secure lock, which by the way is TSA approved, and a steel cable system that safeguards the main compartment, giving you peace of mind when you're traveling. Now, it's not just for the main compartment. You can also use this, for example, for a tripod, for a light stand, or for whatever you want to attach to the side of this case. You can do so using that steel cable. There's a customizable side label, which is pretty awesome and practical, especially for those that are going to use a bunch of these carrying cases. Now, if you're like me, an independent content creator, it's not going to necessarily be super useful. I mean, I use the video label most of the time because for photography, I have a smaller bag. But if you're going to be going around with flashes, stands, cameras, video and photo and whatnot, you will want and be happy to have that labeling system on the side of your bag. They include attachment straps. These are straps that you can put on the side of the bag when you want to put tripods and or light stands. And there's a little part that's made of Velcro, and that attaches to the Velcro on the side of the bag. And what that does is that it secures those straps so that they don't move around, and it will keep your gear nicely tied up against the bag. That is very useful and convenient, especially when you have long stands or tripods and you don't want them to move around too much. That's going to secure them and keep them nice and sturdy. Let's talk about the interior. The interior is nice and versatile. It is fully customizable, and it comes with plenty of extra dividers, which allow you to organize and protect both small and large lighting equipment. But not only, you can obviously put cameras, you can put stands, you can put flashes, you can put a lot of different things. In fact, when I went on a shoot recently, I shot a little ad for a big company here in Switzerland, and I had a lot of things in there. I had 2 drones, my Avata and my DJI Air 2S. I had my Leica SL2S with lenses, my Sony a7S III with lenses. I had a bunch of extra accessories like suction cups and basically a lot of stuff, and everything could just fit in there nicely. There was a compartment for everything as I wanted it, and it's very practical. There is a spacious front pocket. It is flat, and it's great if you want to put things such as reflectors, umbrellas, extension cords, cables, and for things like that, it can be neat, you know, and useful. There are robust handles. Considering the size of this bag and the weight, if you on top of it include all your gear, it's going to tend to become a little bit heavy. So when you want to put this in your trunk or you want to travel with it, it's useful and convenient to have a bunch of, you know, handles on the side so you can easily lift it and put it wherever you have to put it. If you're 2 people, it makes it easier because you can both lift one side. There are additional interior mesh pockets on the lid of the case. These give you more space to organize smaller accessories such as gels, cords, tape, batteries, and other such equipment. And I also put, for example, knives, little tools to, you know, tighten up my small rig cages and accessories and things like that. So it is very, very convenient to have a storage place for those little things. There are adjustable lid straps that will allow you to keep the case open, making it easy access to your gear without the hustle of the lid closing on you. There is also a TSID tag for recovery. Now, if you don't know what TSID is, it's basically a website that you can register for free. And what that does is if someone finds your bag, there's a little QR code that they can scan, and it will basically provide all the information needed to return you your gear. So it gives you an extra little layer of security in case you were to lose your stuff. So who is this bag for, and why did I personally choose it? Originally, I was looking for a solution to be able to get all my gear together when I go on the shoots without having to have all these bags, backpacks, cases, and so forth, which adds a lot of dispersion. It becomes quite cumbersome, especially when I go with a train to, for example, Italy, and I have to drag a lot of different things with me. It's very painful. Wherein having one case with everything in it allows it to be a little bit easier to transport, and also you keep your attention on one bag, and that's a little bit better for your peace of mind. So when I reached out to Profot here in Switzerland, who basically resells ThinkTank products, I asked them if I could see the 30, the 40, and the 50, and when I went to the local store, I saw the 30 and I thought, wow, that's quite big. Then I saw the 40 and I compared them. Now the 40 is better for people that have to bring around a lot of light stands, tripods, things like that, and they want to be able to put it in a rolling case. That case, I would definitely go with the 40 or even the 50. I did not see the 50 because the box alone was so big. I mean, the box was taller than me, basically. So I realized that that's just too big. So unless you have a van or a way to transport that much gear in such a big case, I would suggest you either go with the 30 or the 40. And depending on if you're traveling alone and what your needs are in terms of how much gear and what type of gear you need to put in that bag, if it's mainly cameras and little flashes and stuff like that, I would definitely go with the 30. If you're considering transporting, bigger stands and bigger flashes and stuff like that, I would probably go with the 40. And if you're more than 2 or 3 or, an actual production team and you have the space for it and you need it, then I would consider getting a 50. If you have a chance to go see these in real life at your local store or whatnot, I would highly suggest you do that so you can really have an idea of how big they are, what's the weight, what's the size, how comfortable they are to, to roll them around and so forth. There, I hope I answered all the questions you had about the ThinkTank Production Manager V2. If there's any question that you still have or anything I didn't quite cover, just let me know in the comment section below. I'll answer as soon as possible. Until my next video, take care, don't forget to subscribe, and I see you very, very soon. Cheers.